Hello, welcome to Cards with Kelly. I am so happy to have you here. It is my intention to share with all of you the magic of life through oracle card readings, through magical tips, and the odd manifestation meditation. And today I would like to share with you a reading for singles, and this is take 2. I actually did a whole reading for singles. It was beautiful, amazing, powerful, and then something went wrong, technically speaking, and the video was not able to be uploaded. So I'm going to give you a little summary and snapshot of what that reading told us, and then I'm going to do another reading. So all of you singles out there, you are receiving 2 messages from the divine. So the first message that I had from the last reading was this. First, it said in the past position that you had received a lot of passion in your life before. Perhaps it was through a relationship or just through your own heart exploring the world. I felt a lot of passion for you from before, but it seemed as though something had happened that kind of turned that off, turned that down, some wounding had happened. The advice from the divine was to do some more healing, and I knew then and I know now that lots of you are sort of rolling your eyes saying, you've got to be kidding me. I have done nothing but healing. I've done healing and work and all of this stuff to get ready to welcome in new love. But here's the little missing piece of this puzzle. The divine said the healing that you're needing has something to do with your inner child. That's the children card in reverse. The divine said there's something that was triggered from that last wounding that actually went back and re-triggered something from your childhood. Your inner child was really wounded, and there's some inner child work that needs to be healed so that your heart then becomes fully open and ready to welcome in new love. And the divine said that is what's going to bring you home, and is going to then raise your vibration to a healed, healthy, beautiful level that will draw your next love in to you, which is home. See, your heart is the home. Then I pulled a self-care card asking the divine to give us some advice as to what you can do in the meantime to get yourself closer to that healed heart and next love. And the answer was the self-care of action. Take action on that healing. Take action on that inner child work. Whether you need to go see a counselor or do some reading or just meditation on your own, imagine your now adult self going back to your little self, one of your inner children ages and stages, asking that inner child what that inner child needs or needed then. You can give it to them now as the adult in their life. Heal that moment, fill it with love, and then come back into the present moment knowing that that has been healed. So that was the advice from the first singles reading. So if that resonated with you, take it, run with it, be your magical self, do the healing, love yourself, open yourself up to that next love that will come in. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I did see new love coming in not long after that. Maybe within the next year after that inner child stuff was healed. If I remember correctly, I think I did get the Sacred Union card, which is the Lover's card. So good luck with that beautiful and worthwhile healing journey. So let's re-enter the cards into my decks. I am using the Blessed Be deck as well as the Greek Mythic Oracle deck. I put them together. They sing beautifully together. I feel like their union is magical in and of itself. So let's get some shuffling happening here to find out the next message for all of my single friends out there. Kind of like a little bonus upon a bonus. And at the end of this reading, I will pull another self-care card to get that bonus message as far as what's the next thing you should do for yourself to get you on that path that the divine is guiding you on. Okay, Divine would like me to start there. I have the right words. And this is mind, energy, the air, thinking, lots of mental activity going on there. This is in the past position. I'm doing a past, present, and future. Doing past, present, future energy, advice and next steps, and then your bonus self-care card reading. So the past to the present, there it is again. Look at that, Sacred Union. There's the Sacred Union card, although it's in the present position, so I can't wait to dive into that to see what that's all about. Clarity. And harvest. Okay, for your present, knowing that this is a singles read, I actually get this sense that they're telling me two things. The first is I get this sense that you are putting a lot of work, effort, and energy into loving yourself, which is a beautiful place to be. Not from an ego place, from a place of true divine love. When we can love ourselves in that way, we are channeling the love of the divine. The love that the divine has for us can be channeled into us and turned into self-love, true, beautiful, energetic self-love. So it seems as though you're working on that, and that is wonderful. They're telling me that's exactly where they want you to be. I also get this sense that if you haven't already, you might actually hear from a past love very soon. Perhaps an ex, or perhaps someone who was a friend who had feelings for you, or vice versa. So if you haven't heard from a past love person recently, stay tuned, because I feel like it's coming in. Someone has a message of love for you, but I don't get the sense that this is someone that you want to be connecting with or in union right now. It really is a past energy, and they're wanting to reach out and connect with you for some reason. It's going to vary because this is the general reading. So stay open for that. We have the clarity card, so I get the sense that even though you're watching a singles read and you may be saying, I'm really clear on being okay with being single and not looking for love, I get the sense that you are getting clarity in every aspect of your life, including love. In fact, I actually can hear some of you saying, I am okay if I don't end up in a relationship, but I would like to be in love. I'm open to it, even though I'm also very clear and aligned with the other pieces of my life, my family, my friends, my career, my spiritual life. So I feel like you've done a lot of work to get clarity in all of those different pieces and parts, and you're okay without the love, but you're open to it and would like it, even though you're clear that you don't need it, which is a good place to be. And this is the Harvest card. So I do feel like you're saying to yourself, I've planted all of these seeds, I've done all of this work, and now it's time for me to reap the rewards. A big part of that is in your career. So if you've been putting all the little things in place over the months, the years even, you might be feeling that you're reaping the rewards now of all the hard work that you've put in the past. And you might even be saying, and so how come it's not happening in my love life as well? But there's definitely a heavy career focus here. You are on the right track. You have clarity as to what career you're supposed to have. You'll know if you're not in the right place. And if you're not in the right place, the divine is saying start making moves to get yourself into the right career. You will be guided step by step. Don't make the jump until you're ready, but begin making those moves now, because the divine wants you in the career and the life path that aligns with your heart and your soul. And you'll know it. If you're really unhappy in your work, that is the sign. Follow your joy, your bliss, your gifts, your talents, your love. We used to think that, joy and bliss and happiness was sort of frivolous and the added, the extra. The divine, though, says, no, silly humans. The joy, the bliss, the love, that's always been the roadmap. That's what you were supposed to follow all of this time. So they're saying if you haven't been able to follow that, that's okay. It's never too late. Realign now, and they're going to give you the steps. Okay, I got too many cards in there, Divine, for the future read. So let's try that again. All right. So for the future read, I have a wisdom and rebirth. So the Divine is saying for wisdom, because you have brought yourself to a place now of such clarity from the present position card, you will be carrying all that information with you as you go forward as wisdom. You have been gathering and you will continue to gather wisdom along the way, but you are about to step into a wise version of yourself. You may notice in the near future people starting to come to you for advice, acknowledging accomplishments that you've had and hoping for a little bit of guidance. You may or may not be aware of this, but you are stepping into your wise self. In feminine magic and feminine spiritual beliefs, we have the 3 stages of a woman's life, and it can be the same for men as well. The maiden, the mother, and the crone. The maiden is when we're young and adventurous and learning, and the mother is when we create. We either have a physical baby or we create through art and work and add into the world. And then the crone is when we take all that we've learned and we become the wise elder. So in some way, whether it's in your career or in life in general, you are becoming the wise elder. This is a beautiful honor, they're saying. Use this great power with reverence, is what they're saying. So it's an honor that they're bestowing upon you. And in the future, there's going to be a rebirth of energy for you, a really big rebirth of energy. So you might feel like you go into, they're showing me a cocoon. So in the near future, you might find yourself turning inward, you know, coming a bit away from family, friends, disconnecting, going into a cocoon time and phase. This is a brilliant divine timing. Don't be afraid of it. This is you turning into your next version, your next evolution, and coming out the wise one. It's not something to be afraid of. It's you, or even, you know, the phoenix dying and being reborn, stronger, more magical even than before. So this will be a time of great development and growth for you in the near future. Now let's dive into a little more love, because with the singles read here, well, the last one was actually totally focused on love. So I wonder if now the divine is just getting us to look at all the other pieces, because we're really talking about career, relationships, non-romantic, and self-development. So that just may be where the divine needs us to go for this singles read. Because singles reads aren't just about love. They're about, you know, who we are as a person, who we are as a soul, having a human experience. So let's see what else the divine wants us to know. Journey, okay. Is there anything about love, divine, for my single magical friends? New beginning, okay. And health in the reverse. You know what? That is what they've done. They're saying to me, journey within to the inner child. So they're saying to me, the romantic part of this read for the singles was the first read. This is why the video didn't work the first time, because I wasn't done. I didn't focus. I read the cards, and the cards were only coming out in the last read romantically, but there was much more that they wanted to tell you. So romantically speaking, do that internal journey to your inner child, to do that healing, so that your heart can then open and love will come in. Then there will be new beginnings. You see, this is a continuation of that first read. You may be single now, but if you do that inner child work, you won't be single for much longer, if that is what you're wanting. If you are wanting that, if you're not wanting that, you can do that inner child work and just put that in your your toolkit, your basket of wisdom gained from all of your experiences. But you can use it to also turn into a romantic love relationship by healing and opening your heart and drawing in, welcoming in the love who is looking for you as their home. Now the health card is in reverse. So they are saying make sure that when you're drawing someone in, you are in a healthy space yourself. Otherwise, you could draw in someone who's not healthy and toxic. This isn't as scary as it sounds. All it means is you're there to heal each other. You're not necessarily there to live the rest of your lives together. So if you draw someone in when there's a little bit more internal and inner child work to be done, you might draw in someone who then triggers stuff in you, you trigger stuff in them, and you become the conduit for healing for each other. This gets a bad rap, but it's also a beautiful soul connection when you and someone else trigger each other into healing. And even if you go off on your own ways eventually, it's still a beautiful gift you can give each other, which is why we can uncouple or break up in love and light, because really we're all just souls helping each other get through what we get through here in our life, which is learning, experiencing, growing, and evolving. However, they say if you do go in and do that journey within, do that inner child work, you will draw in someone who is healthy too. And it will be less about you healing each other and more about you experiencing life together. So you kind of get one or the other. You get someone to come in and help trigger healing in each other, or you get someone who's very healed. None of us are all ever fully healed. It's always a journey, but more aligned with you, and then you come together and you experience what life has to offer. So there's so much coming up for you right now. Looks like you're doing so beautifully with your career. If you're not on the right path, you'll feel it on the inside. The divine's going to redirect you so that you can go into that work that's aligned with you. For those of you who have done that already, it looks like you are becoming almost like the master, the wise one in your work. You are all also taking all the experience that you've had, becoming the wise one in your lives. Prepare to go within for a little while, cocoon. It's okay, don't be afraid. You're turning into the butterfly. You're going to come out more wise than you ever imagined you could. Go in and do that inner child work so that you bring in a new beginning with someone who is healthy and who sees your heart as their home for you to go and experience love and life together. But remember, love and romance are not the only things in the world. Love itself is the highest vibrating frequency and energy, but there's so much for you to experience through love. Romance and couple is one piece of the puzzle. Go and enjoy all the love that is around you as you step into your own wisdom, guided by the divine. They're wanting me to remind you, you're never alone. Don't be afraid. They're guiding you at all times. So let's pull, before that, let's do any advice and next steps with these cards, and then I'll do the self-care advice bonus. Okay, guidance. And next steps. Okay. The guidance is freedom and hope. The first card they're telling me is about freeing yourself from burdens, freeing yourself from boxes, freeing yourself from what the world tells you to be, and becoming your true, authentic self. I feel like many of you have had to fit into boxes and do all the things that you were told to do all of these years, and that you're going into a time now where, because of the empowerment that you have cultivated, you won't have to do that as much anymore. You're really coming into your own. So drop those old boxes so that you can be free to be you. And Hang on to the hope. If you have fear, let it go. Like, see that big cape that's on her? Just open up your arms, drop it behind you, and open your eyes and turn your chin up towards hope, knowing that you are guided by the divine. There's always something beautiful waiting for you around the corner. No matter how many pitfalls and difficult moments we have in our lives, and we have many, you also always have beautiful sunrises, happy moments, and joy around the corner. So focus on those, keep the hope, keep the faith. And that, in addition to the guidance, the next steps are homecoming. So going back to that first reading, when you open your heart after that healing, they want you to be the first one to come home into your heart. You can be the love conduit for the divine. Fall in love with your own heart before you open it up to the world. And prosperity is in reverse. So they're saying, don't go after the money. They're going back to your career. Don't go after the money. Follow your heart, your joy, your bliss, your heart will call to what it is that you're meant to do in the world. You know, if you love something and you put in the work behind it, you can be financially successful at almost anything. But you must follow your gifts, your talents, the joy first, because that's where you're going to put all of your attention and your focus. You're going to plant all the seeds and do all the work. And the last piece is your self-care card for the day, self-respect. I've put my glasses on to read this. I call them my old lady glasses. And I'll show you the artwork as I read it. Hopefully you can see that. Respect yourself. You are the best judge of what is right. And that system that you use to make that judgment is actually inside. Tune in. The guides will talk to you through your internal system. You also have your internal system, your intuition, and your gut feelings. And that system will help you judge what's right for you, like following your joy, what brings you happiness. And that self-respect will bring you to where it is that you need to be the best version of you, as you are literally evolving into this wise, amazing, powerful, and free being. I wish you all the most beautiful, magical, mystical day. If you liked this reading, please consider giving a like. It helps my reading get out to more people so they can see it. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel so you can become part of my magical circle and join me for more readings, tips, and manifestation meditations. I wish you all love and light. And until next time, my friends, stay magical.